it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So, as you can see by the title of today's video, today we are covering I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997, directed by Jim Gillespie, screenplay by Kevin Williamson, and loosely based on an old Lois Duncan novel. So I thought it would be fitting for the 4th of July to delve into this fun little July 4th slasher. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I love this movie and I love the sequel. But yeah, just like Scream, this was playing on repeat on my little TV VCR combo on VHS. This one and the second one. And I have had a few requests asking me to cover it, so I'm really excited to be covering it today. I'm gonna keep this intro really short. So yeah, let's just get into I Know What You Did Last Summer. Typo Negative's cover of Summer Breeze. Hell yeah. Just sets the tone for the whole film. And I'm obsessed with this opening shot. I've always been obsessed with it. It is so gorgeous. I know this is actually really dangerous sitting on the edge of this like cliff like this over the water. But honestly, how romantic would that be? Sitting there by the water under the fireworks would be pretty magical, I bet. Too bad this ain't a romance. There she is. Sarah Michelle Gellar played Helen Shivers and Cece Cooper in the same year and also started Buffy that same year, I believe. I believe it was 1997 when she started Buffy. Wow, what a year to be Sarah Michelle Gellar. So I know a lot of people compare this to Scream. It's part of that whole late 90s post-Scream teenage slasher movies. And all I ever seem to hear about I Know What You Did Last Summer is that it's the less cool Scream. And I guess I can understand the desire to compare it to Scream because they came out around the same time, Kevin Williamson, yada yada yada. I personally just never compared the two because Scream was just always like in a league of its own. Like nothing compared to Scream for me. So when I watch I Know What You Did Last Summer, I never compare it to Scream because I just don't see the point. Other than those few comparisons I just mentioned, they're just totally different. In my eyes anyway. Scream was self-aware, balanced horror and comedy. I Know What You Did Last Summer is not really funny, at least not in a way that's intentional. I just think of it as its own thing, and I think when people compare it to Scream in a way that's like insulting it or criticizing it, it's just quite frankly dumb in my opinion. Is I Know What You Did Last Summer as good as Scream? No. Does that mean it's a bad film? No, not at all. Okay, just had to get that off my chest.
Let's beam down to Dawson's Beach. A little joyride?
Dawson's Beach. Gotta love it. Gotta love Kevin Williamson, creator of Dawson's Creek. I believe they actually filmed in the same location as Dawson's Creek. I personally love Dawson's Creek. I'm a fan of that show. I watched the whole series all the way through at least twice in my lifetime. And actually in the earlier seasons, Dawson has a poster of I Know What You Did Last Summer hanging in his bedroom. Gotta love it.
No, he wasn't decapitated. He was gutted with a hook.
That's me.
You're gonna go off and you're gonna fall for some head-shaven, black-wearing, tattoo-covered, body-piercing philosophy student.
Him? Yeah, sure.
What the hell is this crap?
Ugh, Ryan Phillippe is so obnoxious in this film. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. By the way, I've never actually said it out loud, I don't think, till just now. Is it Felipe? Sorry. But yeah, this is a really great scene. I love this scene. And yes, this whole thing is Barry's fault. He dropped the liquor, causing Ray to take his eyes off the road and swerve. It's his fault. Now the decisions that they make after they hit the body, they're all guilty of that as a group.
Oh my god.
You know what I always think of?
Oh my god, we hit a boat!
Where's the foot?
I'm not even honestly the biggest fan of Scary Movie or those spoof films, but truly that scene from Scary Movie has kind of ruined this for me because that's all I think about when I watch this scene now.
I think he's dead.
It's Barry. He's had way too much to drink and we're trying to keep the upchuck out of the new car.
Daddy's gonna be mad.
So I know Max is obviously innocent and we're kind of supposed to feel bad for him. He always gave me the creeps. I don't know if it's just the way Johnny Galecki played this role or if it's just Johnny Galecki, but yeah, weird. Weird character. Seems like he's probably already been stalking Julie for quite a bit by this point.
Ray, help me.
I don't think I can, Barry.
Bryce already, I'll do it! He's got my crown!
You know, as a kid, I was always like, what's the big deal with the crown? Like, why did he have to go get her crown? It's just a crown. But, you know, later I figured out, of course, it's evidence that can trace back to them. I'm a dum-dum. That shot of Ben Willis reminds me of Jason underwater in, what was it? Was it New Blood or Jason Takes Manhattan, where he's chained underwater? You know what I'm talking about.
We take this to our grave! Let me hear it! Let it go, Barry! It'll be okay.
Yeah, okay. The hell with you, Ray. Didn't stick up for Julie at all. Barry was like practically strangling her. Yeah, the character of Ray is kind of Like, I don't dislike him or Freddie Prinze Jr.'s performance at all. There's just not much to him. Like, there's lacking charisma or charm. Again, I'm certain that's just kind of how the character was written. Like, it's no big deal. 1 year later.
I mean, you went away and you don't call and you don't visit. Your father must be turning over in his grave.
What a like, why would you say that to your daughter who's obviously going through something? Like, maybe she just doesn't want to talk about it with you. Yeah, that was a cruddy thing to say. Sorry, Mom, I murdered somebody a year ago. Sorry, I don't want to be all chit-chatty about it. Iconic. Iconic. Stop having a great life. Such a good soundtrack. Got Typo Negative, Toad the Wet Sprocket, L7, The Offspring, Hoverphonic. Hell yeah.
Julie, we were so careful, weren't we?
Sure, Jan.
We need help.
Yeah, I'll say. Two look like shit run over twice.
They look fabulous. Even Julie in those overalls.
You saw us that night. What the fuck are you on, huh? Get off of me! Understand?
Don't you test me, mother. I'll call the cops on your college quarterback ass.
I won't bother you anymore.
No, I'm responsible for my own actions and I don't blame you. But I don't want to know you either.
When she runs, though.
Send.
This scene always scared the crap out of me as a kid. It just like comes out of nowhere and it feels so mean, you know? I mean, I guess because there hadn't been a kill in some time and they needed to, you know, up the body count, but it was such a great kill. It really is. Sorry, Max.
Fucking jacket.
You know, as much as I hate the character of Barry, Ryan Phillippe does such a great job at portraying such a douche.
Max, you're fucking dead.
Like, how'd that not kill him? This shot is iconic to me. It is so good. Look at that. That is awesome.
Please don't.
One moment, please.
Never loved that transition though to the next scene. Just always seemed kind of lazy and like such a bad way to end such a tension-filled scene. I don't know.
Can I help you?
Rest in peace. I remember that scene from the original trailers. So good.
Well, my daddy died a long time ago. My mama, she's in a home. She didn't take too well to what happened with David. Things just haven't been the same since he died.
You know, one thing that I really admire about this movie that I don't really hear too many people discuss is kind of like the repercussions of what happened. Finding out how the death of this person affected the lives of his family, and then the guilt and trauma that comes with that. I think it's portrayed really well in this. Obviously, we find out later it's not who they think it was that they killed, but it's still something that I've always really liked about this movie. Because it feels like this could be real. Like, these are the ways that you would be affected if, God forbid, this actually happened, like, to somebody in real life, you know?
Helen, we killed a man and then ruined the lives of everyone he knew.
I don't think we're that powerful, Julie.
That always got me as a kid. Can't Get Me Now movie.
What
happened between us? We used to be best friends.
Yeah, we murdered somebody.
Hey, Dad.
1-0 here in the third. Barrett taking his time.
Like, that always bothered me. Why didn't he say anything to her? Like, is her whole family just a bunch of I love that shot. That silhouette of him is so cool and so eerie. The Fisherman is so underrated, I think. Okay, I'm sorry. She opens up a brand new can of Coke, pours about this much into a glass, not much at all, no ice, drinks it, and then leaves the glass and open can of soda on the counter.
Hey, it's the washed-up, dried-out has-been having a moment.
Yeah, her whole family sucks. That shot is very Sofia Coppola. It's so pretty. Another truly frightening scene this is. I love it. I love it so much. And Sarah Michelle sells it so well. This scene has always been like weird to me because I just imagine the fisherman like putting Max's body in there and then the crabs, and then later taking Max's body out and then like cleaning up the crabs really quick. I don't know. It's just like a funny visual, imagining him doing all that just so that he can mess with Julie. Yeah, like how did he have time to do that? It doesn't matter.
Don't you see? He's got us now. Okay, this is exactly what he wants. We can't go to the police, not now. He's made sure of that. Watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
I mean, it's unmatched, it's iconic, it speaks for itself. It's history.
Look, he's after me too. I got a letter.
Oh, you got a letter.
It is actually hilarious how Ray only got a letter.
Barry! Over there!
I mean, I personally love the short hair better than, you know, the wig. But I mean, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. You literally cannot make her look not beautiful. Sorry, Ben Willis. What in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is this? The character of Missy is weird. There's like a weird red herring.
Your brother didn't kill himself, Missy.
Where did you see him?
He was crossing the road. We hit him. It was an accident.
No.
So this is where we find out that they didn't, in fact, hit David Egan, but hit somebody else. You know, as a kid, I don't even think I truly understood like the intricacies of this plot. Like, I always remember being slightly confused. I understand it perfectly now, but I think it was too much for my little brain back then. I just wanted to see people get gutted. But I really do appreciate it now, like as an adult. And at the end of the day, I do really think this film is just a great whodunit and a great slasher that really keeps your interest throughout. Bye, Barry. This is something that always annoyed me though. These people just trying to hold her back and then not take her seriously. And I know it's a horror movie and these types of things happen all the time in horror films. I know, trust me, it's just so annoying and aggravating how she's clearly in distress, screaming, pointing to the balcony, calling somebody's name who's very obviously in danger, and nobody is rushing up there to see what she's screaming about or taking her seriously, when in fact they're just holding her back. Dumb.
Who was
Fisherman, he killed Barry.
Barry who?
Don't even get me started on this dumbass cop.
Excuse me. We've been needing this.
You're telling me they give the same exact crown to the new winner every year? You can't just get a new crown and let the winners have their crown that they won? That's borderline gross. Okay, we are approaching one of my favorite and one of, personally, I think best chase scenes in horror. You can disagree if you want, don't really care. I love this sequence coming up. Oh, it's so good.
What's the trouble?
I mean, at this point we already know it's the fisherman, but Just let him go and get killed, who cares? God, I love this so much. Sorry if I'm just a big old broken record. Ooh, that's a beautiful shot. That's a beautiful shot. And the score here.
I'm coming.
She's clearly in distress. Why do you sound annoyed?
Could have walked around the Broad Street entrance is open. I'm being attacked!
Anyways, I love that chase scene. Like, it is so brilliantly done, and it's just the beginning. The hell with her too. She deserves her fate.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Elsa?
This is everything. That shot scared me, I think, more than anything from this film for some reason. It just felt so brutal, but also gorgeous. I don't know. There's just so many good things in this film. I don't understand how people don't enjoy this. Screw you, Ben Willis. Trauma. Ugh, and she did all that barefoot. But yeah, I definitely feel like this coming up right here, there's a common consensus that this was a massive, massive mistake. Ugh, I hate this. Like, why did you turn around? Even if he was literally right behind you on your heels, you were steps away from reaching civilization. People who could have helped you. Shame. All I know is that sequence starting from Helen in the back of the cop car all the way to her death is one of my favorite sequences in horror. It has you in its grip the entire time. You're rooting for Helen and she's kicking ass, and it makes you believe for a second that she's actually gonna survive and come out alive and get away. But I feel like that makes it so much more gut-wrenching when she doesn't make it in the end. And also just the fact that she was so close to being safe. Bravo though, like truly underrated sequence in horror, does not get nearly enough credit that I personally think it deserves. Superb. That is hilarious to me that Ben Willis has photos of them all literally from the same day.
Kids like you should be out having fun, running people over, getting away with murder, things like that.
Yeah, I personally really enjoy this end sequence here on the boat. Is it as good as the sequence we just watched with Sarah Michelle Gellar? No, but it's good.
Fucking idiot.
You just distracted him, freaking dummy. Oh, I know what's coming. That was always just so disturbing to me, like her finding the dead bodies of her friends. I don't know, just really creepy and, you know, traumatic.
Happy 4th of July, Julie. When you leave a man for dead,
make sure he's really dead. Alright. But yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt really does have an incredible scream. Do you guys remember the slasher episode of Boy Meets World that has the Jennifer Love Hewitt cameo that's like kind of spoofing horror movies? It's iconic.
Yes, girl, I am the screamer around here.
Do you have any idea why this man would want you dead?
No. Yeah, let's keep our mouths shut now.
Well, don't worry. The body will turn up. They usually do.
Seriously, how does Ben Willis survive all of that and still comes back for the sequel? Wait, isn't Ben Willis literally supernatural in the third movie? I've heard that, but I've never actually seen the third movie. I know that it's terrible. Maybe that might make a fun reaction, let me know. Every time Julie now gets a handwritten letter, the amount of trauma she's gonna go through. Ben Willis does have very nice handwriting, I will say. Na, 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 na. Okay guys, that was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Personally, for me, it's always a blast. It's a comfort movie. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people like to say. I get the temptation to compare it to Scream, but let's not compare it to Scream because it's not Scream. It's fun, it has great actors, great performances, great tension, great plot. One of the best chase scenes in horror, in my opinion. And I'm really excited to cover the sequel because that's strangely even more of a comfort film for me. But yeah, let me know what you think of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm really excited that I got to watch it on the channel with you guys today. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. Subscribe to my second channel if you want to. I'll have it linked in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.